Oh, no. Hello, and thank you for tuning into another episode of Cannabis and Coffee with LaTosque. Thank you once again for all of your support. I really appreciate you all. And today I have a very special guest, Brennan, G1totherescue Faulkner. And I had to make sure my audio was good. So we're all set on Twitch and Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, everything. So we're all set and good to go. I'm gonna try to keep this shit short today. I'm gonna let y'all know why. Because I'm suffering from a fucking gout attack. Because guess what? I drank like a fucking sailor this weekend in celebration. So laugh now, cry later, as they say. It was a very fun fucking weekend, and as always, I've smoked some kill. So I got some shit to share with y'all today. One of those things is this amazing strain right here. I won't say the company because I'm not plugging them until they fucking plug me with a paycheck. But this shit right here is called Green Line OG, and it was testing at 33%. Green Line OG, and it was definitely expensive as fuck because I'm back home in Illinois visiting some family, and it was $58 fucking for an eighth, not including the tax. Fuck the tax. Fuck the state of Illinois medical program because it's full of shit and y'all price gouging. So yeah, I said it. Shout out to this company for growing this fire ass flower. Green Line OG is testing at 33%. And then I got some more shit. Rocket Fuel. And this was testing at 21%. Fucking fire. Fire, fire, fire. If I had the fire emojis to go across the screen, that shit would go across the screen. So that's what I'm going to be rolling up as I'm talking with you all. And like I said, I'm going to keep this shit pretty short today. After my interview with G1, I'm probably going to hop straight off and lay back down because my back is on fire. As always, you can get you some Cannabis and Coffee merch. I'm going to leave this in a frame for you. You know. And if you're listening to this podcast, what you just missed a visualization of, you just missed me drinking out of a Cannabis and Coffee mug, which you can order yourself. It's only $9.99. Just go to LaTosque.com. Once again, you can order yourself a Cannabis and Coffee mug. Just go to LaTosque.com. And yeah, I'm super excited. I got free shipping for y'all. Use promo code LAShips222. Yeah, I was just fucking with y'all with the numerology shit. Just felt like I'd switch it up. We also got the LaTosque Ganja merch. We got the Speaking Into Existence merch. And we got the People Over Profit merch. But today we're going to be focusing on making sure that we got the right eyes in the right spaces. And that's on Cannabis and Coffee. So make sure y'all go grab y'all a mug or a mask or something like that. We got new designs and shit up. So anyway, yeah, waiting on G1 to hop on so we could get this interview out the way. He told me he needed 5 minutes, and that was not too long ago. About 12 minutes ago. So I'm going to give him a few more minutes. And I guess one thing that I can talk to y'all about, I didn't share this experience with y'all before, but I recently tried DMT, and that shit was a trip, pun intended. DMT is wild as shit, not for the faint of heart or weak of mind. So definitely know what you're getting yourself into when you're trying that stuff and other hallucinogens. I still haven't tried shrooms yet, so I'll have a review video of my experiences with psychedelics after I try shrooms. and I'll be able to let y'all know what it was like with acid, shrooms, DMT, and all of that shit, that fun shit. So yeah, I'm super excited to share that with y'all as well. As far as strains, what are y'all smoking on? Talk to me in the chat. Okay. Nice. So yeah, just so you know, this is broadcasting on all social media platforms except for Instagram. Once they got the integration set up for Instagram, I'll be on Instagram Live as well. I'm expecting the company to roll that out sometime soon. But yeah, like I said, I wanted to hop on, talk with y'all, and chat it up before G1 hopped on. And we got to discuss some stuff because this man's an amazing music producer. He has his own podcast, and if I'm not mistaken, he's been nominated for a Grammy before. I know that he has done the intro to the Retromania Wrestling video game, and he's worked with artists as such as Mega Ran, the world leader in video game songs. He has the Guinness World Record for that. He also was part of and a huge part of the Ugly Sweater Show, that series that I was doing at Valley Bar, and we got that the second series of that going. So hopefully this year, everything will be back in place to where we can start back doing shows in the winter, because the Ugly Sweater Show I want to do this year is going to be fucking bananas. And I've already got the artists in mind, and I've already got the stage design in mind, and it's going to be something that I'm super excited to bring to y'all. It's going to be a nice, solid lineup, and that's all I can tell you at this moment. But yeah, G1 has done some amazing work. He's worked with artists like Twista, Smoke DZA, like I said, the Guinness World Record holder, Mega Ran. He's worked with AEW, and I've got him online, and I'm going to stop talking about him. I'm going to let him introduce himself to y'all. G1, how you doing, my guy?
Man, I'm good, man. I can't complain. I cannot complain at all, my dude.
Nice. Welcome to Cannabis and Coffee, man. I appreciate you coming on and hopping on the podcast, man. It's a pleasure to have you. I was just telling the people about some of your accolades, and I know that I've missed a lot of stuff because I'm not you. So if you'd give the people an introduction to yourself, take as much time as you need.
Hey, look, I've been waiting on you to do the Cannabis and Coffee thing. But no, G1 to the rescue, man. Born and raised in Chicago. I'm here in Tempe, Arizona. I ain't got a bunch of stuff under my belt. Just the stuff that's under my belt has gained a decent amount of attraction. As he mentioned prior to me joining the stream, Mega Ran, Bag of Tricks Cat. I definitely got something in the stash with Twista and with Tucker that'll be released sometime later this year. So look out for that. Smoke DZA hopped on a record with Bag of Tricks Cat. So like I said, I did a record with Smoke DZA. Did a pay-per-view theme song for AEW. So I did the All Out theme song, which they used 2 years in a row. So
nice.
Much love to All Elite Wrestling for that. Me and certain parties in the WWE do have a great working relationship. I've done some side stuff for Xavier Woods at the New Day, which is the homie. So shout out to Xavier Woods and yeah, man. Just still moving and shaking. Retromania Wrestling. Me and Mega Ran did the trailer for that. I got Bad Habits by Bag of Tricks Cat, which is produced by me.
Which is a slap.
Thank you.
Slap.
That's
when
in
I
a.
first heard that shit, I was like, boy, this is that. It reminded me of the. I hadn't like the energy and the vibe that it gives is that Lovers and Friends by Usher and Lil Jon now. But it's
Really for bad habits.
That's the one. Oh no.
No, I'm like you thinking of something else, bro.
I'm talking about the one that y'all did at Is that from the Emerald City Nights?
No, Bad Habits is from Bag of Tricks Cat's album.
Okay,
you're thinking of Heat Stroke.
Yes,
from
Heat Stroke.
From Ran and Bag of Tricks Cat's.
I'm sorry.
Album.
Yes,
two totally different records.
I'm getting shit confused, y'all. Listen, I ain't even that high yet. But
I'm gonna say this is Cannabis and Coffee, so I'm like, if you already started without me, I understand. But no. So speaking of Heat Stroke, so Heat Stroke from, and I'll grab this since it just so happens to be on the side of me.
Hey, look at that Billboard, baby. So
as I tell people about this plaque, the plaque ain't real, but the stats are. So when Emerald Nights 2 came out about almost 4 years back, this was kind of like my introduction to the world. So this definitely holds a place dear to my heart. Ran and Felix trusted me with 4 records on this project, and 2 of those joints ended up becoming a big deal. Heat Stroke featuring myself and Ashton Vaughn Charles from the Color 8 band on saxophone, which he killed.
Shout out to Ashton.
Yeah.
Amazing saxophonist.
So we ended up on we ended up on the Grammy short list. So the one last step before you get nominated for a Grammy, we ended up on the short list for best rap song collaboration for Heat Stroke, and then Unbelievable, which was another record I did on the project, ended up in an episode of Ball in the Family, which is a Facebook Live reality show with LeVar Ball and his kid. Yeah, exactly. So that was pretty cool.
Nice, congratulations on that. Sure. That's huge. And
then the numbers and everything, the Billboard accolades and what have you. You know, I don't really like it, small wins mean everything. But I'm instead of celebrating, I'm still just working. I celebrate when I'm not paying rent no more. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
And even then, I'm still gonna work like I'm still paying rent. So,
nice. Now, before we get too deep into the conversation, I wanted to ask what you smoking on today.
Oh man, so shout out to the good people at Soul Flower, which is actually a dispensary that I go to here in Tempe. They're one of my favorite dispensaries. I picked up some Apollo 20. So it's
is that the joint that's over there close to University and Priest?
It's two locations. It's 2 locations. So it's that one, which actually that one is in like walking distance from me. But then the main location that was open before that one is on McClintock. It's in the opposite direction of Tempe Marketplace. So that's the main location. That's why I went.
Is that the spot to hit? Because different. I don't know if they grow the same or got the same growers, but I noticed that even when I go to the same brands, like if I go to one harvest, the other harvest might have some way better flour or
it's like that sometimes
and shit like that.
And I fuck with Harvest too. Shout out to Harvest. I've shouted them out many a times on my own podcast, our own podcast, should I say? But yeah, man. No, with Soul Flower, that was something that I was introduced to by somebody who I used to hang out with or whatever. And the prices are always cool. And they always they collaborate with some great growers and some great brands that put some great strains off in there. They have a really excellent point system. Very, very, very cool people. Shout out to them. But also shout out to Harvest too. I got to show Harvest love because I've been smoking stuff from Harvest for a long ass time. So
yeah,
that was the very first dispensary I went to when I got my card. So
really?
Yeah.
I think one of the first ones I went to was the Nirvana Center. And they plugged me, man. Like that was like my first after I got my card in AZ, because like I had my card in San Diego.
Okay.
And it was different, you know. Mm-hmm. It was this was 2015, 2016. Right. So shit was, you know, like it wasn't as big as it is now, even now with Mm-hmm. And now I'm sitting here and like you go into places and then they got medicated ice cream. They got
it's all type
sodas, everything. And it's
so like, I tell you a funny story. So speaking of edibles, right? So I once I went into the Mint dispensary. Shout out to Mint. And one day,
minority owned.
Yeah. Oh, is it? That's new information to me.
Yeah,
I might have to fuck with them more for that.
I'm in the social equity program for the state of Illinois, and he's one of the mentors in this program.
Get out of town.
I mean, not Illinois, for the state of Arizona. Yeah.
Okay. So he's
one of the mentors in the program to help us, you know, learn how to run the day-to-day operations of dispensaries and all of that stuff.
That's dope. So we got to show Mint some love. Shout out to Mint. So I went to the Mint location on Baseline, I want to say, and one time when I used to stay over in Ahwatukee, one time I went in there, I picked up because they got the hot food in there. So I picked up.
I was gonna say, did you go to the one in Tempe over there?
Yeah, that's the Tempe one. Yeah.
Okay.
So I had an edible buffalo chicken wrap.
What?
Yeah. I had should I say cannabis infused, because edible doesn't make any sense. Of course, edible, but cannabis infused buffalo chicken wrap. And because it was my first time there, it was like a new patient deal. So then I spent so much, and then they gave me a free edible. So then I had it was either a tiramisu or a coffee cake. I can't remember which one.
Wow.
First of all, I'll tell you what, the buffalo chicken wrap, I killed that whole thing myself. And I'm at home on the couch, like, and I can tell I'm like extremely high, but I'm chilling. Yeah. Then my ex-wife comes in. At the time we were married, and like I said, living in Ahwatukee. My ex-wife comes in, and we share a that dessert. So mind you, I'm already off a whole buffalo chicken wrap, and then I had the nerve to split this damn coffee cake. Bro, I was high for probably like the next 2 days. For the moon. Like, bro, I didn't smoke shit, bro. I woke up high. I went to work high. I'm like, man, I'm like, I'm still high.
That be the experience, though, man. That be the experience. That's always a good experience, man. When you get like an edible that leave you high hours later.
Yep, man. But no, it's a beautiful thing, man. I love cannabis. I hope one day to at least have my own strain out there. You know what I'm saying?
If that was going to be one of my questions today. I always ask my guests, because everybody I invite on the show obviously is an advocate for cannabis, whether it's medical use or recreational use. You know, right. And I've always been an advocate for both, especially after having surgeries and getting gout. Because like now I'm suffering from a flare up and I'm experiencing inflammation in my lower back.
Man, bro, I'm sorry.
Oh man, it's all good, man. It's life. You know, you got to deal with the shit. You know, you take the punches and you roll. But that's one thing that I had started using more, because they started prescribing me these pain pills. At first, they had me on like after my knee surgery, I was on like hardcore some Vicodins, and then I was like, I don't want to do anything that's strong.
Opioids and shit. You don't want none of
they
that.
gave me like some 800 milligram ibuprofens and all these different kind of like pain pills, and I was like, you know what? I really can't do this. I don't want to be one of those people, you know. And then I ended up getting my medical card, and that changed my life, bro.
Man, I could imagine. Changed mine too, man. Like as a person that, I'll admit, I regularly deal with, stress and those sort of things. I'm not really a big anxiety guy, but stress was like my number one thing for quite some time. I had been through a lot. 2020 was quite rude to me, as I'm sure it was to a lot of people. But with the exception of knock on this keyboard controller, with the exception of COVID, which I haven't had, thank God, and I've been tested multiple times and everything's back negative. So with the exception of that, just 2020 was just like a really rough year. 2019 was cool when I was outside the house, but in my house, it wasn't really all that great, just to be completely candid. So weed helped a lot through those tough times and through everything that was going on in 2020. Cannabis really helped with my stress level. So I could say like probably by like Thanksgiving, I was really able to get back to the G1 to the rescue that everybody kind of knew and loved, right? The creative and everything, and a lot of that I have to credit also the woman in my life now, who's an old friend of mine from back home. Her name is Lori. So I care about her and love her dearly.
Shout out to Lori.
Yeah. Shout out to Lori Moody. She's actually a digital asset management specialist for Torrid company. So Torrid's main office. That's where the ladies go. That's where the thick girls go.
Yeah, I'm about to say my mom shop at Torrid now.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So she kind of on the shy side, but I just want to show her some public love. So much love and everything. She really was like or has been like a big hand in just everything having to do with me in terms of really just being there and being a listening ear. And we both smoke together. I always feel like, man, the couple that smokes together stays together, man.
Exactly. Where my pilot Jones at?
Man. You're always smoking in the
house.
What if my mama comes over? That's my shit. Oh man, that's my shit. And the stoner, who was the sweetest thing I ever known.
Shout out to Frank, man.
Frank Ocean is a pen guy. He's nice. He's so nice.
Pilot Jones. Hey, she took me.
Bro, when I say like that's like literally in my top 5 favorite songs of all time, any genre.
Yeah,
like, man, my Pilot Jones. That's funny. Yeah, she's definitely my Pilot Jones, man. I will say that.
Nice.
Hell yeah, man.
We're gonna take a quick 60-second break. I gotta run and grab my charger. We'll be right back after this video, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And I am back.
Back in effect, my dude.
Shit. Took me a little bit longer, but we good.
Oh, you good? You good, bro? You goody.
So, what you been working on, man?
Man, got quite a few things. My 2020 started off like literally, just coming off of the type of year that 2020 was. My 2021, I kind of just hit the ground running and just got back to doing what the fuck I do. So, it's been. Your camera's off, by the way. I didn't know if you knew that.
I'm about to get back on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, man. My 2021 has started off pretty crazy. I got a single out. I got a single out right now that I produced for Bonnie G and J Mello. Joint's called So Lit.
Okay.
That's a banger. That's a super banger. My man TMK, aka Trill Curtis. Shout out to Trill Curtis. I did a record on his Tymphanic Love mixtape called No Difference. That was actually something that we worked on a couple of years back and he finally put out. So that's a great record.
Where are these artists from?
Man, from Arizona. They from AZ, man. It's been a lot of like mainly a lot of my clientele has been like artists in Arizona that's really moving and shaking that have clout, in other avenues and in other places. Kind of kicking that off really was Mega Ran and T Call and Bag of Tricks Cat. I always say specifically if it wasn't for Ran, Felix, and Teak, wouldn't nobody give a fuck about G1 to the rescue. They kind of put the, as they say in wrestling, they kind of put the rocket ship on my back and everything has been smooth sailing from there. Shout out to King Palm. I just want to throw that out there.
I was just about to say, what are you rolling up in? Because so like I know different people like different methods. Me myself, either sometimes I do a one hitter, sometimes I'm doing papers or blunts or the bong. It's meditating.
Man, I'm all over the fucking place except like I don't do anything tobacco because I'm not a tobacco user. I've never been a tobacco user. I've never really grew up smoking cigarettes. I probably did Black and Milds for maybe like 2 weeks and was like, nah, and that was when I was a teenager. But nah, like I'm not a I'm not a what am I trying to say? Tobacco dude. So King Palm,
no spliffs for G1.
No. Nah. Don't bring me them harsh ass backwoods and none of that shit. I hate that shit. Shit burnt fuck out my throat, man. But anyway, surprised I can still sing. But no, man. I actually discovered King Palm on a humble because just to be completely transparent with everybody on here, there was a large period of my life where I could not roll. I was not the best at that because I wasn't used to having to roll. Okay. So King Palm, offered a great solution. It was like, hey, just pack the motherfucker. It's a real leaf. There's no tobacco. There's no additives. It's a filter. Like, oh, okay, cool. We there with it. So, all right. So, and then they've been hitting me in my DM and they've been really supportive because I post a lot when I'm like hitting something with King Palm and everything like that. So I would say King Palm would be at the top of that list. I also I'm also a big fan of Kong Raps. Shout out to Kong Raps. I'm also a big fan. Yeah, I love Kong Rap. Yeah, you gotta check them out. I'm a big fan of Twisted Hemp, but not the regular Twisted Hemp. Twisted Hemp has what they call designer blends and the vanilla almond and hang ten mango flavors specifically. I really love those, and those are just hemp wraps. And
do you prefer smoking with flavors? Like if you got wraps or papers, do you prefer smoking with flavors, or is it more so you like to get the taste of the weed?
Man, truth be told, I don't have a preference because I feel like I buy good shit, so I'm gonna taste the weed regardless. But I don't mind a little flavor, I don't mind like if it's like me, I'm a big fan. I'm not so much with the fruity flavors except for maybe like grape or mango, but I'm more so along the lines of things like, for example, the vanilla almond the stuff that I do. And actually, King Palm has a vanilla flavor that's exclusive to their website. I gotta get some of those. They have a gold. It's the gold leaf vanilla flavor joint. So I had to get some of them. But I like stuff like that, and it just it just gives it a little something extra. It's not mandatory for me. I could smoke some regulars and be fine, but it's just something to add a little bit more. Like, I'm gonna keep hitting this, and I'm gonna just get high. Matter of fact, I'm gonna roll up another one because that really tasted good. It just be like stupid stoned at the end of the day. But I own bongs, and I own bongs. I got a little electronic device. This is actually called the One. So I'll bring this to public places with me. It's pretty discreet. Comes with a couple of different heads.
Is that quart only, or is that quart?
No. This is dry herb.
That's dry. Oh, nice.
Yeah. It has a little chamber on the inside, a little stainless steel chamber.
Hey,
you just put your product in there. You hit it 3 times, and it comes on, and there's an LCD readout that shows you the temperature. If everybody can see that. And once you get the temperature wherever you set it, yep, temperature controlled. I usually keep it at, like, niggas put everything on 350. So niggas put everything in the oven on 350. So no, I usually keep it somewhere between I say somewhere between 350 and 390. You know what I'm saying? And like the big cloud is not so mandatory for me as it just is getting the quality of that smoke. But sometimes I like
THC. That's what you're there for.
Yes, sir. And then I still got bongs. You know what I'm saying? This was actually given to me by a close friend of mine. I still got bongs. I got little glass one hitters. Like I said, everything with the exception of just anything tobacco based. I'm all over the place. I'll try anything once as long as it's dope.
Speaking of trying stuff once, I saw that you went and shopped with Monogram. Now, I definitely don't normally plug companies, but considering the nature behind this company,
yes, sir,
and the fact that Jay-Z is part of this this social equity movement across the country, him, Snoop Dogg, I'm forgetting a really big name. Him, Snoop, and a few other artists are actually getting involved in the social equity programs across the country and starting funds to help social equity applicants get their fees, the licenses, and all of that stuff for dispensaries. And I wanted to ask you about that flower and that company that Jay-Z is involved in that you tried. If you don't mind sharing your experience with that.
Yeah. So from what I know, Monogram is a collaboration between Jay-Z and a high-end weed brand called Khalifa. Not to be confused with Khalifa Kush, which is a whole nother thing, but Khalifa with a C. Yes, it is. But Khalifa with a C. They have actual stores in a few different places, mainly in the California area. The place that I go to in Cali is a spot called Delhi by Khalifa. I forgot the name of the city that it's in, but it's probably like maybe 30 minutes outside of LA. But yeah, like that's a cool place. And so Monogram is pretty exclusive. And I like the fact that the way they label the shit, they don't really have like strain names and stuff like that. Like it's not like Super Silver Haze or Gold or no shit like that. It's like medium number 3. So
like you want medium high or you want high?
Exactly. That's exactly how it goes. So you can you like any person that don't want to go through, trying to figure out all the strain names and shit, could just kind of get a call back to that. Like, hey, I know that high number 1 got me right, so I'm gonna go back and get some more. Right. And truth be told, you're gonna pay for it, but it's not just because it's Jay-Z's weed brand. It's because any high-end quality cannabis brand, you're gonna pay at least $70 for the eighth, especially especially if you're coming out the dispensary.
Yeah. That's
No,
one thing that I hate the most though is like with recreational happening, that it brought that boom of, oh, we could tax motherfuckers again. You know what I mean? And like, because at first it looked like weed prices were dropping around the nation drastically, and then all these states started coming out with recreational, and it allowed them to then again run up the market and label everything premium flower.
Yeah,
This Monogram was legit premium flower?
Listen, I tell you right now, that shit there. I went out to Cali for Christmas. To spend time with my lady, and she got me some Monogram. We pretty much both smoked that shit.
Yeah,
man. Like we spent like a whole Saturday just high as fuck. Like that Monogram, not only is it good, but it's like you'll keep going back to it because it's a different type of high. It's a great like conversational high.
Yeah.
Like whether it's because I truthfully couldn't even tell you which strains are more indica leaning or which ones are more sativa leaning.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. So like, did you try indica and sativa or?
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, I don't really know which ones are which because of just like I said, the way they label them. I know the one that we had, I had the high pre-roll and I had the medium flower. So we hit the pre-roll first. Good God. Man.
Normally pre-rolls don't hit like that. So
my girl was not in a position to cook or anything like that. Wouldn't even feel like, boy, we hit that damn pre-roll. All of a sudden, she like, ooh, I'm gonna make this salmon loaf with these.
Oh, that's
that shit is beautiful. Boy, if you don't want to gain weight, don't smoke that shit.
Boy,
I'm talking about God, man. We was just eating everything. We went to the little spot. We grabbed a bunch of snacks. It's a little Asian store by the crib. So we just grabbed like a bunch of snacks and just went in on all that shit, plus dinner, plus like, man, we was just up. We were just up and doing shit. We was watching movies, playing card games. We was talking and laughing, and it was a really good. It's like when you sit around a group of your mature friends. I'm a whiskey dude. I'm a Scotch whiskey dude. I drink like an old man. So, it's like that perfect. I feel like you could pair Monogram with that good little half a cup of Johnny Walker Black Label and your one ice cube, and you could just really vibe with somebody, whether it's a girl, whether it's just you and your homies. Whether you're in a setting like this, it's a really good round table type strain. I feel like you won't be super fucking slumped and just but you could definitely tell you're high as fuck.
Yeah,
and you will be open to just like throw that conversation out there, and you will be an open listener. I feel like a lot of times
strains like that.
Certain strains will allow me to soak up shit like a sponge, man. And I just be listening, I'll be observing. I could smoke sometime, and you could tell me some shit over a period of 10 minutes, and I could probably repeat it all back to you.
Yeah,
like straight up. Hell yeah.
Now, I'm a huge fan of different flavors and trying different strains and companies and stuff. And I know a lot of people feel like this brand in particular might not be worth the hype. Now, I think it's worth the hype because I've been a fan of the artist for a while.
That's
but then it could be hometown cooking, But right. I have not had a flavor from this brand that misses,
That's what I'm saying.
I wanted to get your thoughts on cookies.
Cookies?
Their lineage.
You know what? I don't have an issue with cookies. When I was the last time I was just out in Cali last month, and we rolled up to the cookie store somewhere out there. I forgot where it was in LA, but we rode up to the big cookie store, and the experience was super cool. I don't have a problem with cookie strains. I'm gonna tell you right now, me and my girl, we stand over that sweet tea. That sweet tea is we are stands over that sweet tea. I've had pancakes for the first time.
I was just about to say, have you had a chance to try the pancakes?
It's my favorite. It's my favorite breakfast food, bruh. It's my favorite breakfast food anyway. So I had to try a weed strain called pancakes. It's my favorite thing in the world.
Did it not trip you out, the flavor?
Oh, bruh.
I was like, damn, how did you even get this? And then I started, and that was another reason. That company was one of the main reasons why I started looking at videos on how to get flavor profiles and flowers when you're trying to create new strains and stuff.
Yes,
because they gave me some ideas when I saw what they did with the sticky buns and the pancakes. If you haven't tried the pancakes, y'all, I encourage y'all to go try the pancakes. It tastes like maple syrup. And it's like you smoking a fucking flapjack.
Man,
so
bro.
Definitely shout out
it hit. Man. A lot of the cookie strains I've had almost instantaneous high. I don't know. That shit hits you quick. Like if you know, some people don't care about the slow rise. If you want that shit to hit you instantaneously, cookies is really good for it.
I'm telling you,
regardless of the strain, don't tweet.
Hit up Cookies. Another company that I think I'll plug them and get future returns on this. True Infusion.
Oh yes.
AZ.
Oh man.
Fuck up with True Infusion.
Yo, True Infusion. Hey, if y'all talking about hooking people up, I'm just saying, let me get a few apes of that cherry Wi-Fi. Go ahead and bring that over.
True Infusion. I want some more of that watermelon mimosa on the stages. All right, man. That's G1. Let me tell you, this watermelon mimosa, this shit tasted like I was drinking watermelon Kool-Aid. I was like, wow, how does this work? Like, how does this work? And then I've had their lava cake. Their lava cake is growing pretty good. And you know, all the True Infusion flour is in those glass jars. So it's sealed a little more so you can have that freshness for a little longer.
Yeah, I save those things. Like I save almost all of my weed containers, but I definitely save those, and I always come back to them and use them for different things, like we were talking about. But yeah, man, True Infusion. Yes, man, I need some of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you got a plug, you let me know. You know what I mean?
I got you. We're gonna have the link because I have been in talks. I was in talks with a few dispensaries about doing live events and stuff there.
Hell yeah.
That was before I got into this program though. You know, so like I don't want to give too much of the sauce away when I'm going to be doing this stuff at my location, you know. And I definitely much rather have everybody to come shop at, you know, my dispensary, and we could build that community there.
Come on, you know what it is. You know what it is. We there.
So
we gotta give a shout out. We gotta show love to another person who's all about the cannabis activism, who actually just recently launched his cannabis company that he's been in development for 10 years. Yeah. Man, we got to show love to Seth Rogen and the house plant.
I didn't know that Seth Rogen dropped something with cannabis going on.
Man, Seth Rogen has a cannabis brand, has a cannabis and cannabis accessory brand called Houseplant. This is
Houseplant. That makes sense.
This is something that he's been working on for the last 10 years per him directly, and he's saying that's his baby. This is like his life's work. So he has and he's into pottery, which is something that I just learned recently.
Yeah.
And he kind of had this thing to where to all his celebrity friends, he would make them like little things like ashtrays and vases and shit like that. Nice. Those things are now a part of his line. So he has a team that perfected his designs.
Nice.
Real ceramic shit going on. And like there's a whole video on the Houseplant Twitter page and Instagram page of him making essentially the prototypes for the products that he sells on houseplant.com. He has a really neat ashtray with like a little nook to it, the way you could just sit your blunt on there or whatever. He has a desk lighter, a ceramic desk lighter that basically you take the top off of the lighter, and that is also an ashtray.
Wow.
With the nook to it, and he basically made that because he's like, man, I lose my light. He's out of his own mouth. He said, I lose my lighters all the fucking time. So it's literally just a way that you could just sit there, and I think it's like butane. It's like a little container. You hit the button and come up. Just you ain't got to move it. You ain't got to do shit. You just sit that boy right there. Just found out he's gonna be releasing a car lighter soon. So be on the lookout for that. And then he has an accessory line of, it's like a small vase that you could put like a small plant in that also comes with the ashtray with the little nook to it. And like so his accessories is crazy, but then because he has such a passion for weed, his weed strains are crazy. They have really crazy names to them, high THC count. One of his sativas.
I was gonna say, do you know where his cannabis line will be sold at?
Only sold in California at a few select places right now.
Of course, and that's the amazing thing. Like, all right, so that's one of the things that suck, but it's also one of the most amazing things about different states legalizing and certain states staying illegal is the fact that this is going to show the boom of designer weed. And designer experiences. So you're going to have to go travel to this state or this city just to get this strain because you can't find it anywhere else.
Right. And I'm gonna tell you what else he did, which was really fly. And this is something cool as not only a music creator but a music lover, bro. He also has, because the way that he sections out his weed strains, they come in these little neat aluminum tins that are stackable, and it's green for it's orange for sativa, green for hybrid, purple for indica. And he also has a triple vinyl set, which is sativa, hybrid, and indica, and it's full of music that you can basically smoke to.
Wow.
Nobody else has thought of this. I haven't noticed anybody else in the cannabis world.
Because it's definitely different moods and different vibes.
Yeah, so he got one full vinyl of all the stuff that you would listen to. We had a balance with a sativa, hybrid, and indica, and they come in a whole set available on houseplant.us. Very, very,
That's
very
nice.
dope, man.
I'm super excited for when this because I have firm belief that the MORE Act will be passed within the next 3 months.
You saying like federal legalization?
Yeah, so that's
we talk about that all the time. Me and my girl talk about that all the time. We say that like
introduced by Senator Kamala Harris and
yes,
Cory Booker before the election last year, and it's a legalization and expungement. It's basically it's a
Vice President Kamala Harris, by the
Vice
President.
It's a medical marijuana. I mean, not medical. It's a recreational across the country, and it's going to open the door to expunge all marijuana convictions from those people. And it's also going to open the door for banks to be able to finance.
I was just about to say federal. I was just about to say federal legalization means taxes at the end of the day not going to matter.
Yeah.
For those of you who are fortunate enough to have credit cards and shit like that, then you're not gonna think about it anyway. You're just gonna be like, that.
And the good thing is though that it's supposed to just set a flat tax across, nationally, so that should not.
So then it does. So then nothing changes. So you go everywhere. You know what you're paying for recreational weed.
Exactly.
Then and only then will I not renew my medical card. Until then, I'll renew my medical card.
I feel because it'll put some kind of regulation on the cap of the pricing and everything too.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
But yeah, I definitely enjoy. How do you feel about having a medical card? Because at first I was like, man, honestly, I was against paying that $200+ for the ability to walk into a dispensary. Because like really, that's all it was. Like when you think about it, it's like, oh yeah, I'm paying for the ability to go have this selection. But then when I did get the selections, I was like, oh shit, this is actually worth it. I don't think it's worth $250, but it's worth a price because you get so many things that is not available to everybody in the recreational market, such as free weed. You know, like getting free weed every week is an amazing thing. You know,
where's that at?
I have to send you to my people.
Yeah, we'll have to have a conversation.
Yeah. I won't even, and not only that, but I also know a few places that do deals every week where they have the top shelf as low as $140 an ounce on Sundays and Thursdays. So you know, when I got my card, I was like, I'm gonna make the best out of this. I'm gonna do as much research as possible, you know. And I ran across these different dispensaries and started meeting with the management and shit. And I was like, you know what? Like, look, I'm an artist. This is what I do. I do, you know, and all of this. And then we started actually talking because there was a few of them I was applying to work at, you know, because I wanted to learn the ins and outs because I always had the goal of opening my own dispensaries and everything.
Man.
And so when I told them, I was like, yo, this is what I do. I plan on opening my own dispensary. I'd like to come work and learn from your company, you know, basically, you know, it'd be like a paid internship for real.
Oh, hell yeah.
For me to learn how to work and know the ins and outs of the system and everything like that. So when I do touch back down, I do have a couple options for employment at dispensaries back in the Arizona thing, so I could get more knowledge of the industry out there.
No, that's what's up. You know, you have the willingness to learn, which will make you ultimately, you know, hireable. And as you learn more, then you get to, you know, really spread that knowledge in a cool way. So like, man, and you know, the ultimate goal is to have your own dispensary or at least have your own brand. I would love to have my own brand. Here's a question, you know, not to reverse the interview, but here's a question.
Man, anytime, Max. Any
If
question?
you whether it's the whole brand or, well, I don't want you to give away your brand because maybe you actually do got something in the works, but give me like 3 strain names that you would have.
Because I actually do have some written down and everything. I want to give some that I know that I'm going to go with no matter what.
Okay.
One of them is yams.
Okay.
You will get a flavor called yams from me.
That's love.
I'm you know, I'm heavy on mental. Hold on 1 second. One thing that's important to me is like the mind and being able to, you know, for people to be able to not only just control their emotions and all of that stuff, but, you know, to understand that, you know, you're not in control of every single thing that goes on. So
Absolutely.
anything mentally stimulating, I'm a huge fan of sativas. So most of my stuff will be sativas, and most of my brands would be sativas and dealing with the power of the mind and everything like that.
See, me and you need to smoke a lot more because and people hate that about me, but I'm a sativa dude, and I will forever be a sativa.
People definitely hate that because they be like, "Why you like, bro? Sativas are the man."
I don't know about everybody else, but typically when I smoke, I like to still, you know, do shit.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not trying to be like slumped over this, that, and the third. When it's really time for me to go to sleep, trust me, I don't need weed to do that.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I can truthfully say. Like that's not the type of help that I need. But I like and a good hybrid is fine. And there are even some indicas that will give you the high that you're looking for, but just won't have you slumped over. I'll tell you what, one of my favorite indica leaning strains is Mac, which is Miracle Alien Cookies. Cause that's an indica leaning strain, but it won't have you slumped, man. It's like,
I've had Miracle Alien Cookies. I actually did an interview with that. So like probably on a post production, I'll add that clip in there. But I got high as shit on Miracle Alien Cookies.
Man, Mac is
interview with Alice Valky, the comedian from the Valley. Real quick, I want to give a few shout outs to everybody that's tuned in online.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Shar, who's tuned in from Periscope.
Yes,
That's Mr. 420. How are you doing?
YouTube.
Viking Grower. High time legalize. You're right. Let's get that shit legalized.
Hell yeah.
Oh, Mr. Viking Grower.
He's a fan of Green Crack. Green Crack is one of my favorite sativas.
Yeah. So. Green Crack was a good one. And that was another thing I wanted to say, that I when I was talking about the strains, 3 strain names that I want to hear yours as well.
Okay.
But I'm a huge fan of Pineapple Express. So I would definitely cross the strain with Pineapple Express and like label it pineapple something.
Okay.
Or, like I fuck around and not even name it pineapple something. You know what? Maybe I could get sued by Nickelodeon for naming it SpongeBob, and then we could have a big.
That would be a whole. You call it pineapple under the sea? They ain't got no no brand, no
cannabis strain. Shout out to Nickelodeon and SpongeBob though.
Look now, if y'all want to sponsor the guy,
for real,
y'all want to let him. I know y'all supposed to be kids and all that, but let's just keep it all the way.
We'll make it a CBD strain then. So enjoy it as well.
Okay, so me favorite strain of all time is Super Silver Haze.
Okay. So
I would have to flip that. As a Power Rangers fan, I would have to flip that. The Silver Ranger in Power Rangers in Space, his primary weapon was called the Super Silverizer. So my Super Silver Haze would have something else to it, and I would have to call that Super Silverizer.
Wow.
Call it Super Silverizer.
Kind of sativa to lift you up.
Yeah, yes, indeed. Super Silverizer. I have an indica leaning hybrid similar to Mac that I would call Lost Galaxy. Okay. All my strain names would be Power Ranger related, and then the ultimate high, the ultimate head high, but still moving and shaking like a true leader should, would be Zordon OG. That would be those would be mine.
Now, when I saw you post something the other day and it gave me an idea, I'll just throw this out there because, and like honestly, I hope that somebody does create this and it doesn't have to be me.
Okay.
But I was thinking of flowers and how much I like different looking flowers and tasting flowers, and I thought about ooze, and I was like, what if we had some ooze? And it was like some very dank purple looking flower.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooze like. And it come in almost like the Ivan ooze.
Yeah, something similar. I was like, man, but I was like, I can't be like, and that was another
be fly as fuck.
Getting on Twitter and plugging the companies and shit like I want to because I had to start learning about marketing. And it's like, yo, like, hey, you giving away a lot of free sauce. You can't be too much free sauce. But I mean, like, I'm a huge fan of each one teach one. So like, I love sharing knowledge. You can always make money. It's enough money for all of us out here. You know, so like, why not share that knowledge instead of, you know, having to
absolutely. I have to also see if I can get clearance from MGM because I gotta have a Stargate OG. Also, I don't know. I gotta have a Stargate OG or Stargate Kush, one or the other.
Yeah, and see, that's what I was thinking. I was like, because I didn't, and this was another thing I didn't realize that what had happened with the Girl Scout cookies shit. They actually got sued by the Girl
by the Girl Scouts of America.
They had to stop using the name because it was so close. And I was
that's
like,
why everybody just say GSC now.
Yeah. I was like, damn, that's crazy. I didn't realize like that happened. So like, yeah, I would definitely it might not be Sponge Bob, it might be Sponge Robert.
Sponge Robert OG.
Sponge Robert OG is some Pineapple Express.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be so fire. One of Seth's strains is called Pancake Ice. That's his 32% sativa.
32.
That's just THC.
You said Pancake Ice?
Pancake Ice is one of his sativas on through Houseplant. Yeah. Crazy.
I'm glad that you circled back around on that because we were talking about the designer weeds and stuff earlier. And one thing that I think is super dope is that that Cookies is partnering up with a lot of these rappers and helping them get flavor profiles out and marketing, because not too long ago I said that designer cannabis strains and everything would be the next big boom, and that having your foot in the market early, you know, and a lot of people had, you know, like a lot of people still think it's too late, but it's like, bro, Mexico just legalized weed. You got states all around. I mean, you got countries all around the world legalizing weed. The United States government is about to legalize weed. So we need to do our best to make sure that we are positioning ourselves in a position to where we could capitalize off of this up and coming market.
Correct.
You know, and one of the best things is, you know, designing shit that people need every day, or you know, coming up with strains and designer products that people would definitely love to come back to and have them talking on their podcast like we just did.
Yeah, here's what I think is gonna happen with the designer weed game. Not to cut you off, but just to add to it. Here's what I think is gonna happen with the designer weed game, because circling back to what Seth Rogen is doing. With the accessories, I think it's going to get to a point where some of the luxury guys are going to get behind the marijuana accessories. We may see Gucci pipes, we may see Versace grinders, and we may see, you know, official ashtray. I wouldn't be surprised if Virgil didn't have an
off-white ashtray. You
know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say Virgil first before
I welcome them to the market.
Yeah. If I really had the money for it, if I'm gonna buy luxury, that's all I'm buying is off-white. That's, you know, that's a black man from my hometown, Chicago, Illinois. You know what it is. So
yeah. You know, shout out to the Chi-Town.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. East Side crazy. Yes, indeed. The crib.
Would you open up a dispensary back home?
Yeah, I don't necessarily have to live back home in order to open up business there. I would definitely open up something back home, man. You know, they smoking big blunts in the Chi right now.
So, they definitely. I've had some kill from the Chi, man.
Man,
when I was in college, man, we had a dude who I get my shit from, and he came through he always came from the Chi to get his shit, and that was the first time I actually had green crack.
Oh wow.
Was in college, and then he also gave me some shit called 60% purple. And when I tell you, I barely saw any green hairs in that flower, in that nug. The nugs was ridiculous.
Big purple. That's crazy.
I've never seen a flower that purple before.
Speaking of
or
the shot, man, I want to give a shout out to a place that's rooted in my old neighborhood that I grew up in. So for those of you that may or may not know, I'm not from I'm not from the areas of Chicago that you hear about 24/7. I'm from the southeast side of the city,
okay.
damn near by the lake. So people like Kanye, people like Common, Bibby, Herbo, they all from my side of town. We say
Why
east.
don't you tell us more about the southeast side of Chicago?
Man, so I mean we say east side, man, like us east side dudes, like with us, first of all, the area on the east side I grew up in, the reason why I'm so comfortable on the southwest is because I grew up around a lot of Mexicans. So, it's hella blacks, hella Mexican, a lot of Mexican owned businesses, even the McDonald's and the T-Mobile and the Chase all ran by, Mexicans. But, black folks is over there and we in there and we in the midst. So, you get a lot of the war, the kind of gang shit between the blacks and the Latinos. I grew up in conservative vice lord, so it's like you'll see a lot of friction between the lords and the kings, or the lords and the counts, or the dragons, or whatever the situation may be. We got Blackstones over there. You know what I'm saying? Like East is crazy, man, and but it's one of those places where I feel like it's still the slightest bit more structured than most areas in the shot, because like I could still, walk around over East and be comfortable, even with it being a lot of people in the neighborhood that I don't know, because it's just a section of the city where you really gotta be on something if you get touched. If you get touched over East, it was a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody was really looking for you with something like that. It wasn't just no random, this person getting killed, that person getting killed,
Yeah.
this, that, and the third. Like I lost homies, that I went to like grammar school and high school with, due to gang violence, not because they was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. No, because they was really with the shits and they was in that. And they went and did the wrong thing, and unfortunately that's what happened. I lost a good homie from grammar school like that. Rest in peace, James. But yeah, man, like it. But the one thing you can say is that when everything is cool, everything is cool. There's really just a mixture of like Mexican families, black families, old folks. It's a couple of people on the block I grew up on 85th and Muskegon that's been there since I was a kid and that's still there. I'm 33. They ain't going nowhere. You can't chase them out the neighborhood with violence or anything else. They will be right the fuck there.
That's how it is, man, in the city. Like, especially if you find a neighborhood that right fit and everything. Because, and I'm sorry to
no, you good.
But I relate to that. Like growing up in East St. Louis, Illinois, everybody's like, "Oh shit!" Like but it's not like that everywhere out here in the city. Like you have your pockets, you got your people, and then you got situations where it's like some people, you choose your path. And it's about the energy you carry and the people you surround yourself with.
Say that. The energy that the energy that you carry. One thing I could definitely tell you about Chicago: if you're walking around with your chest out, you will get touched. They look. Unfortunately, it's niggas just looking for a problem. But if you just maneuvering like you got somewhere to go and you regular, just be that and keep it pushing. And that's how and that's how you survive. That's how I've always survived, you know what I'm saying, back home. Like, and I have friends in every neighborhood. And I have friends in every gang. And but for me, I don't move with a purpose of like I'm finna go over here and stir up some shit or whatever the situation may be. I might have been fucking a bitch in Inglewood somewhere. I can't be over there ganging it with the BDs and shit. Like, what you mean? Like, no, I'm just over here trying to get some pussy.
I'm pretty sure that that's something that you probably ran across, especially as a city kid. You probably ran across that a lot. It's like people and friends trying to get you to join the gang or stuff like that.
I could say this. Again, the one thing that you pointed out was energy. So because of the type of energy that I walk around with, it was never a situation where it was like I would be somewhere and it'll be niggas trying to recruit. If the most that would happen to me, and it's a blessing, the most that would happen to me is, you know, a cat might see me that wasn't familiar with me over there. He'll just, you know, he'll either ask me who I'm looking for, such, and I'm not no big and bold dude like, oh, what's it to you? You know what I'm saying? I ain't got shit to hide. Hey, bro, I got a little chick over here, ooh, whatever. Yeah. I'm over here to see my homie, whatever the situation may be. Oh, you good? Ooh, hey, you know, I'm from that era where like niggas would just tell you to keep your hat straight and keep it pushing.
Yeah,
you know, now, like everybody want to fight, and everybody want to shoot, and everybody want to have a screaming match. But you know, niggas just want to see what you own. If you ain't on shit, you like, hey, just keep your you like, yeah, you got about this. Hey, just keep your hat straight over here, man. You good? We ain't got no issues. Cool. That's all I'm like, man. Like, if you good, if you good, you good. The only time you should get that energy is if you come with that energy. If you approach a situation with that energy. So I'm glad that you mentioned energy, because that's all it be. Niggas be approaching a situation with the wrong energy. Like, you not from around there. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't. There's just certain shit that you just can't do. You know, and that's a reason, unfortunately, like why a lot of incidents happen is because your energy be all off, or it may not even be
enough either, though.
Right, and it may not even be your energy. It might even be the people that you surrounded yourself with, bro. I like Transformers and Power Rangers and shit. I surrounded myself with nerds, nigga.
Yeah,
we watch wrestling on Mondays and Thursdays. What are you talking about? Saturdays, right? You know what I'm saying? Dragon Ball, like, man, I ain't finna be rolling with a bunch of niggas that can get me shot because they own bullshit. I'm cool.
Yeah.
I want to be able to move and just maneuver and shake and do what the hell I want to as a American taxpaying citizen. I don't want to have to hide from a certain neighborhood because I'm this and the niggas with me is over there starting. No, man. I roll with like-minded. All right, I fuck with everybody. I roll with like-minded people. When I'm on the north side, I'm in the Yuma Burger with the white folks. You know what I'm saying? Over on Broadway at Emporium Arcade Bar. You know what I'm saying? Up north in Wicker Park. Shout out to Emporium, man. I had a birthday party in that motherfucker on my 27th, and yeah, man.
Is that place similar to Cobra?
Yeah. They like a big ass Cobra. Yeah, okay. They like twice the size of Cobra, but they're like big ass Cobra. Like Cobra was cool when I returned here to Arizona in 2015 because I was, you know, I had just got into like going to arcade bars and shit at home. We had Emporium, and then we had Headquarters Beer Cave.
Yeah, it's definitely a different and more fun environment,
bro. And you'll be surprised if you are single, which I'm not, but if you are single, you will be surprised, bro. Like Cobra out here in Phoenix, the chicks be in there.
They do.
They have a DJ in there. You be surprised how many badass chicks just want to shake their ass and play old school video games.
Yeah, I was saying, especially on Fridays,
bruh. Man,
Fridays at Cobra's was so lit. Man. I used to hate having to work a show on Fridays, and then motherfucker, you like, damn, I'm gonna miss a motherfucking Cobra. I'm gonna miss this performance and shit. Especially like first Fridays in Phoenix, unmatched. I've been to art walks all over the country, and first Fridays in Phoenix is amazing.
Hey, I put my stamp on that. You know, as a young man, also not originally from here, I could tell you from personal experiences that first Fridays in the art district of downtown Phoenix, Arizona, is one of the funnest times that you will have.
Man,
just able to be yourself and be amongst other artists. The food trucks is out there. You got the painters out there,
and it's still growing.
And it's still growing. You got live music bands and stuff just on the street doing their thing. Like, and he's absolutely right. I've done many things across many different states like this. But that's the one benefit to living in Phoenix, man, is when it comes to the arts, motherfuckers know how to show out. I've been a poetic soul a couple of nights. Shout out to the poetic soul movement. It's great when you see environments. Yeah, it's great when you see environments like that. Then the type of environments that remind me of like my favorite Black romance movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You take a chick there or you meet a chick there, y'all get a drink, y'all listening to the live poetry, y'all might go home and get it cracking. But that's the energy that I want to be surrounded by, is just this good artistic energy. Is just something about that. And man, Phoenix provides a big platform for that, because mostly everybody in Phoenix that's really busting moves are non-natives and cats that, cats that come here and they help build that economy up. That's not to take anything away from Phoenicians, but just calling a spade.
Yeah.
Other cats, when other cats come out here, they bring something which makes everybody look at Phoenix as a whole, whether you were born and raised here or not. Like, yo, this the spot. That's why so many people want to come here.
A lot of people forget that, though, because they look at it like, oh, well, they weren't born and raised there. But it's like, but no, this person chose to make this place your home, this space their home.
Yeah, this the crib. This the crib. I'm here. I've been here off and on for a long ass time, and people know that. And I just got through talking about how a lot of my success in music came from right here in Phoenix. Motherfuckers wasn't paying attention to me in the Chi until I moved here, started making an impact, because unfortunately at the time, people in Chicago were still kind of after a certain look, after a certain time. Like, independent, independent artists is only looking for one type of beat. I'm not a one type of beat nigga. I'm not one type of song nigga. So I wanna work with artists who are versatile and ready for something, that could possibly be bigger than just making sure they guys on the block hear it or whatever the situation may be. I'm trying to make waves around the world. Like,
exactly. And that's what's so crazy, because like you put it out there in the universe or God, however, I'm not, if you spiritual or if you believe,
very
but
God is real.
And you ask, for these things, and you don't know how it's gonna happen, but you just gotta have faith that it'll happen and doors open.
Faith.
Exactly.
I call it that faith muscle. Exercise your faith muscle, man.
Exactly.
It's just
unshaken faith, man.
Unshaken
faith. Know it's gonna work out in your favor.
I couldn't even listen. I'm not even finna put my business out here in the open, but I'm going through things right now that you wouldn't even believe. But I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? Not chilling, like resting on my laurels, like not doing nothing to change whatever my situation is. But
you're not stressing,
right. I'm not stressing, bro. Somewhere between, and it's kind of, it might be blasphemous to say, but somewhere between weed and my creator, it's basically, that's all I need. That's all I ever need. So
and I wouldn't say it's blasphemy. He created weed.
He did. He did. It's from the earth.
Humans are the ones who made the shit illegal.
That's right.
Or, so like that's. But we've also made damn near every single thing that's of use and helpful use to the human body illegal to some point. So it's just having faith and trusting in your vision, and that you're gonna be set right. And that's that, like you said, that ended up you having that faith and everything. All of that ultimately led you to Phoenix and Arizona.
Yeah, man. I came out here, bro. I came out here following an old friend of mine, somebody who I've known for a long time from back home, who moved here and took a job. I was 20, bro. I came out here to visit. I had never been on an airplane before. I've been multiple places around the country, but that's on the road. My mother is afraid of heights, so it took like we didn't really go places on airplane. My fallen my stepfather, God rest his soul, had a conversion van, and we used to hop in that motherfucker. And I've been everywhere from Memphis to Florida to Texas to,
Right.
to New Orleans to I've been somewhere everywhere in a damn van, man, and even on a couple of like Greyhound and coach trips and stuff like that.
What
But
was your favorite
first time on a
city
plane.
to visit so far?
My favorite city to visit, I mean, besides here, when I came to visit the first time, because it was a totally different environment, I wasn't just used to seeing mountains like that. I would say probably my favorite city. I'm a big fan of, well, hold on, off the top of my head, I'm a really big fan of Memphis. I got family in Memphis, so I love my Memphis people. Shout out to the 901. Some of the best music, some of the best food I've ever had come out of Memphis. Memphis niggas remind me of Chicago niggas so much.
Yeah.
So it's just like we have a certain type of language that we speak between us, just from the type of food that we like to the roasting to everything like that. Like Memphis niggas speak the same language that, you know what I'm saying, that Chicago niggas do. The same gangs is out there. They got GDs and Vice Lords in Memphis, just like we got shot. Like, but yeah, man, Memphis definitely. And I would say I like South Florida. I like Pompano Beach, Miami. I like the Hollywood area. I you know what I'm saying? I like some of those areas. It's nice to see, you know, Haitians and Jamaicans and things of that nature, you know what I'm saying, coming from other coasts and that have been there for a minute. It's cool talking to cats like that, and it's cool out there. So South Florida be cracking. You know, I can't say that I've been in the worst of the hoods, you know, in South Florida, because I know shit get pretty intense out there, but you know, the places I've been have been very welcoming, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Florida and here I've definitely enjoyed. And I mean, honestly, California was like one of those things that was like a dream come true. And I'm lucky enough to say that one of my first 2 times in California was for like a producer weekend beat camp competition type vibe. So like I was doing a lot of stuff through iStandard back in the day. And my first time in Cali was 2016. So like, man, getting to just finally be in what's considered the place, you know what I'm saying, for entertainment, and you know, being able to sit in the room with some of these people that I've idolized for quite some time, and different things like that, to see what the California food, you know, my first time in Cali, and I went to iconic places like in the Slauson Swamp Meat, in the, you know what I'm saying? You know, I had a bomb ass burrito, and I bought a great pair of glasses from one of the little stores in there, man. And you know, I bumped into a couple of, you know, them dudes. I bumped into a guy who was, you know, part of a particular street organization, and we actually had a good conversation. Like that's another place, you know, where depending on where you at in Cali, I feel like niggas out there just want to see what you own. If you ain't on shit, and if you just a real nigga, then motherfuckers will hold the floor with you. Ain't nobody trying to be on nothing extra. I ran into a couple of hood niggas out there, and niggas was just cool, because you know, you didn't pose a threat, and that's how it should be. So
like I ain't stepping on your turf, you know.
Yeah, like, hey, man, this all you, bro. If I'm wearing the wrong color, let me know. I'll go change my shit now. You know, fuck. But but no, and then I went to the original Roscoe's, which oh my god, bro. It reminded me of places back home.
Yeah.
I will go to for brunch. I'm like, man, this soul food is hitting. It's well seasoned. I don't have to add nothing to this shit. These waffles is fire. This shit good, bro. Like
the Roscoe's in Chicago, right?
You talking about the Chicago's chicken and waffles on
that's owned by a famous singer.
Is it? Hold on a minute, bro. Don't tell me that. As many times as I've been there,
this lady? It wasn't Patti LaBelle. Roscoe's.
Let me see. It's called Chicago's Chicken and Waffles. It's not called Roscoe's in Chicago.
Oh, it's called
Chicago's Chicken and Waffles. Oh, yep. Mm-hmm.
So it's not Patti LaBelle. Who is this?
That's on 39th King Drive over there in Bronzeville.
Really?
Let me see. I don't know who because this will be new information to me.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm trying to. It's either Gladys Knight or Patti LaBelle. I think I'm trying to make sure. Yeah, Gladys Knight chick. Oh, that's in Atlanta.
Oh, you thinking of something else? Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
know that she had got part of that chain, and
Yeah,
I know
but the one in Chicago is not part of
cities.
Yeah, the one in Chicago is not part of that chain.
Okay.
They're completely separate.
Let me look them up. Shout out to Chicago Chicken and Waffles.
Chicago's Chicken and Waffles, 39th and King Drive in Bronzeville. One of my favorite places to go grab some. Yes, indeed.
There they go. The 4.1 stars on Google reviews. There we go.
Well deserved. Yeah, man, one of my favorite places to eat at home for sure. I would say them, and there's a spot on the north side that's owned by a black chef called Batter and Berries.
I was about to say, if you got one spot to shout out in Chicago,
Batter and Berries up north. Listen,
Batter and Berries
brunch spot owned by a black chef. When I say, man, get the sweet potato waffle with the fried chicken baked inside of it. Listen, that shit there. Oh, and that custom hot sauce that they get. Listen, that shit is off the chain.
Do they got like some of that sweet, spicy hot sauce?
Yeah, you have to be there. It's something special.
That's Chicago's home of chicken and waffles. When I'm in Chicago next time, I'm definitely stopping by. So
and Batter and Berries, man, please check them out.
And Batter and Berries,
one of the few places I miss at home for sure.
That's the one with the hot sauce, Batter and Berries, right?
Hey, get that sweet potato waffle, bro, with that chicken in there. I'm telling you.
I'm looking at.
Yeah.
And they website, they
fat nigga shit. I'm telling you. I like it. Come on, stop playing with me.
Jambalaya omelet. What?
Yeah, it's the truth. It's crazy. Bro.
What? They got a chicken Alfredo omelet, fam.
Yeah. I told you it's crazy, bro. It's going down.
That's amazing. Shout out to Batter and Berry. I'm about to save this in my bookmarks.
Yeah.
I'm hitting up Batter and Berry.
Shit, man. Come on, bro. Man.
What made you? I got a few more questions before we hop into the rapid fire and hop off of here. Mm-hmm. What made you start producing? What was your main motivation to get behind MPC? Or
you know what? Seeing it. So my brothers and them, had friends, in the streets that was, making beats and doing their thing. So I've had the pleasure of seeing some of that stuff coming up. Okay. But then, because starting off with anything, I started singing first. I've been singing since 7. I got a background in church and live performance as far as like doing plays and musicals and an alumni of All City High School chorus. So singing was the first thing I did. And because I'm a hip hop fan, because I like the grooves and like R&B and hip hop together was still becoming like a new thing, and being combined, kind of Bobby Brown and people like that sort of kicked that off. But when that was really becoming a thing and there were more collabs, like I don't want to sit up here and be like, I was thinking of what Drake is doing before Drake started doing it. But can I sit up here and say I used to sing rap lyrics when I was young? Absolutely. I was that I wouldn't like, that was my thing. And don't take it away from I used Drake, to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine, hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday, rap attack, Mr. Magic Molly Marr. I let my tank top to my tape rock, smoke weed and bamboo, sipping on private stock way back when I had a red and black lumberjack with the hat to match. Remember rapping Duke, the high, you never thought that hip hop would take it this far. Now I'm in the limelight cause I used to do that shit all day and just right. So that hip hop was still my shit. So when I would try to like find like local producers and shit, that was like, you know, like now I really want to get into making my own projects and stuff like that. And the first time I stepped in the studio with somebody, it was like, these beats are cool, but it don't sound like the same as the stuff I hear on the radio. And like quality, it was more quality because I realized I listen to music differently than a lot of my friends. So like quality was a thing for me. And I like the vintage sounding, I like the dirt, but I liked it when it was still some clarity on top of it. So it was cool. And so realizing that at a young age, I say about 11 or 12, about 13, my mother bought me a guitar for Christmas, and because I thought I wanted to learn how to play guitar. I thought I wanted to do like the Black Rockstar shit. And
shout out to all the parents out there investing in their kids early.
Absolutely. She did. She tried. But around that same time, I got into making beats. And really just to answer your question, thank you, Viking Grower. Really just to answer your question, bro. What got me into making beats was Jermaine Dupri, Timbaland, and the Neptunes. Because all of the hottest shit, you have to understand I'm 33. So like all of the hottest shit when I was growing up, like my first rap CD that I ever owned was Crisscross Totally Crossed Out. I had a CD when I was 5 years old, bro. And I started looking in the credits. I like to read a lot. So I started looking in the credits, and that's when I learned who Jermaine Dupri was. Jermaine Dupri did the whole album. So now I'm paying attention to his beats. And I knew Timbaland from like the Aaliyah stuff and shit like that. So okay, then there's Timbaland. But them dudes, Pharrell and Chad, hit me so different. To quote a record that they produced, Hit Different by SZA. Them dudes, Pharrell and Chad, man, at a very early age, for lack of a better term, but them dudes did something to me very early where it was like, this is crazy because they're using sounds that I don't hear in hip hop, or I don't hear in modern day R&B. I like the way these kick drums sound. I like the way these snares sound. They got some space age shit going on.
When I first heard Nerd, NERD, nobody ever really dies.
Yep.
I fell in love, man. Listen, I was huge on sound and different sounds because I've always been a fan. I grew up like my mom listened to hella different music. She listened to all different kinds, and then I was listening to my grandma music and everything like that. So I'm listening to all these different creatives and different generations of musicians. So it helped me form this acquired taste that I believe is unmatched, because like it's like you learn from people like Prince. Quincy Jones, Jermaine Dupri.
Quincy Jones just celebrated his 88th birthday. Happy belated to Quincy Jones, the GOAT. 88 years. He's still walking around, this boy. He's still walking around.
And low key, a lot of people don't realize Quincy got so many hits. It's ridiculous how I'm still learning about all the work that this man has done.
Quincy out there, bro.
Shout out to Quincy Jones.
A lot of people don't know that he did the score for Austin Powers. Like people don't even know that. Like, and that's like
I remember seeing him in that opening scene, and I was like, holy shit, like this is a monumental moment right now.
Yeah, man. Quincy got his hands in a lot of shit that people don't even realize, not to mention some great hit records. But yeah, man, just off the rip, my introduction to the Neptunes came in the form of Super Thug by Nori. That was the first official Neptunes produced record that I heard. Then Looking at Me by Mace was the second.
Cool.
I'll take you back a little further than that. SWV Use Your Heart, which a lot of people don't even realize is produced by Pharrell and Chad. That was their first published record as the Neptunes.
Did not know that.
Use your heart and not your eyes.
Did not know that.
Yeah, super crazy. And then, but the record that changed my life, and I was like, all right, I want to learn how to do whatever it is they doing. Khalees's first album came out. Her first single, Get Along With You. And so we talking 98, 99, 2000. Get Along With You. When I heard that, I was like, whoa. And it's funny, you'd be surprised how many people don't remember that's her first single. Everybody think her first single is Caught Out There. That's the hey, you so much right now.
Khalees been making hits, man.
Yeah, everybody think that's her first single, but her first single was Get Along With You. It was on that same album, Kaleidoscope. Bro, that Khalees Kaleidoscope album, me and one of my best friends back home, my homie Harold, shout out to Harold, me and him rocked that Khalees album exclusively. And it was just different. And I was like, man, so I ended up like picking up like this beat making video game. I was using Magic's Music Maker. Yeah. And I used that to kind of give me my launch pad in what was eventually going to be the digital world of music production, because I was always like a futurist. Like, it's not about what's now, it's about what's next. So I know in a minute, even though so I used to go into music stores, and I used to, when I found out where my mother bought that guitar from, I used to go in the music store. I used to go to Sam Ash on Cicero, and I used to go in the keyboard room with all the drum machines and keyboards and shit. And I used to try everything until I learned it. I sat on the Triton until I learned it. I sat on the Motif until I learned how to sequence on it. I sat on the Phantom until I learned how to do a full joint on it. Then I went from the keyboards to learning the MPCs. I would be in the music stores every fucking weekend. We talking 12, 13 years old, just on the bus, going to the city. Guitar Center, Sam Ash, whatever was close. Bro, I'm literally teaching myself. I would go home, print the instruction manual off the internet, and bring it to the store and teach me how to do it. And then once I learned how to build a sequence, then I would just start honing my musical ear and just like doing my thing. I'm not a classically trained musician at all, but that was how I kind of learned, just like imitating my favorite songs and just, wanting that same quality. And then I graduated and learned how to use the drum machine type stuff, the MPC. When I was coming up, it was the MPC 2000 XL with the media card reader. It was the first MPC I ever touched. Then the 1000. Roland had a piece that was the MPC killer at that time. Roland had a piece called the MV 8800. And that motherfucker could have murdered the MPC if niggas wasn't scared of it. I wasn't scared of it. I used it in the store, made a whole beat on that motherfucker, burned it to a CD. Yeah. It didn't give a fuck. I just wanted to learn how to use everything. I'm like that now with the digital shit. I got, like more than often now I'm using Ableton Live to make beats.
I was just about to ask you, so have you downloaded the Ableton 11 yet?
I have not got the Ableton 11 upgrade.
A free month out the jump for people.
Well, I'm on Ableton 10, and Ableton been doing that. They've been doing the 30 days full free shit. They've been doing that for a minute. That was how I got into it. That was how I got into Ableton. Like, I bought a push, and the push came with intro. And instead of using intro, I just used the 30-day trial of the full suite.
They got you hooked.
I used it until it was up. And so then by the time I got back to intro, I think it's time for me to buy this upgrade to the full suite, because now certain things I can't live without. And man, it's been a blessing. But the crazy part is, I'm not like, Ableton is my primary, but I also still own a physical MPC. I have the MPC Live 2 sitting right here in front of me. So I'll rock something on the Live 2 and then upload it to Ableton. Or I have Logic. I still build in Logic from time to time. I have a subscription to Serato Studio. I'll build in Serato Studio from time to time. It's just whatever's in front of me. If I feel like switching up my workflow at the time, I will use. More often than not, I'm in Ableton, just because the way I can arrange songs in Ableton Live at this point, I can do things in Ableton Live that I can't do in any other DAW, just on the creative side. So I find myself cracking Ableton open, and if I decide to use the MPC just for drum quality, then so be it. And I'll throw them drums in Ableton and then just build around it, with my software instruments and what have you. But yeah, man, that's more. I wanted to be, because all of my favorite producers even though they might have, you know, at one point they you know, there were similar drum sounds and things like that, but it still didn't feel like they were making the same beat twice. Everything was different. Every track. And then as time progressed, so the era in music production, I would say that really inspired me is like that 01 through 05 era. And that's when every beat sounded different. Every beat sounded, there were no two beats alike on the radio at that time, regardless if they were produced by the same person or not. So
Right.
I told myself at a young age, like, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna be to never make the same beat twice, nigga. Every time you get a G1 track, it's gonna be something specifically for you and not like a wrap around of what I gave the last person or whatever the situation is.
Because, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and slide this in there. You know, I've been trying to get some work done. You know,
Listen, you have direct contact to me.
I know.
You ain't call me. You ain't pulled up. I don't want to hear it.
I'm done bullshit. When I get back to AZ, I'm hitting the ground running, man.
I just got through telling my girl that's my catchphrase for 2021. I don't want to fucking hear it. Because
I don't want to fucking hear it. I feel you.
Because I was talking about on Instagram, I had made a joke about, you know, everybody getting their stimulus checks, still asking for free beats. I don't want to hear it.
I got you. I said I'm gonna pull up on you.
So, man, yeah, I'm still kind of old school, so I don't have like a Beat Stars and all that shit. Come pull up on me. Let's put something in the air and let's really get a vibe going. You know, so we can have some LaTosque shit produced by G1 instead of some other shit that I'm giving you produced by, like, I want that shit.
And I'm always down with that. And like I said, I know I've been hitting your line, but then I gotta come through. You know, I gotta come through the spot. That's
arms wide open.
I touch base on that because I was going to ask you for other artists that's wanting to work with you, how do they reach out to you so that they can get a beat?
Hey, they do what everybody else do. When people want to reach me, or when like one of my homies refers somebody to me, they always just kind of DM me on Instagram. So just do that. It's easy. I'm in my Instagram and my Twitter quite a bit. So just DM me on IG. Leave me a phone number. I'm good for calling, and we can chop it up and we can go from there. But I'm not like one of those dudes like, oh, send me an email, because I have 5 emails and they all full of a bunch of shit. So I may not see that right away. So just DM me for real. I'm not no fucking celebrity. In the midst of, you know, working on projects and shit like that, man, I still work a regular 9 to 5 and I'm in an apartment, like, but you know what I'm saying, but I'm out here working. So just like, man, just DM me, bro. Like I'm a regular ass person, straight up. You know, at G1totherescue on Instagram, at G1totherescue on Twitter, Facebook.com/G1totherescue. I have a G1totherescue page on Facebook now. Just
that alike.
Yeah, so just hit me directly, man. Straight up.
All right. Next question.
Send me some music too. If you already making music and you already listening to music, link me to, because I have Spotify. I use Spotify every day. So link me to Spotify. Link me to your shit. Let me hear what your regular shit you got going on. Yeah.
Speaking of Spotify, I'm going to plug this playlist that you put together.
Yes.
G1 and Friends, selections produced by G1 to the Rescue.
So this playlist is basically my catalog of things that I've done publicly, that are publicly available. So you'll get music from people like Bag of Tricks Cat, Debo Lottie Maserati, Mega Ran. I have a solo record in there called Evil Eye. J Lex the Kid, you know, so many others. Shout out to my brother Ron Mack. That's my blood brother, but he's also my artist. Ron Mack has a single in there, Facts Over Fiction, which is booming, which I produced. So you know, he's in the Shy, so you know, still. So he's actually talking about moving out here now and setting up shop. Because he also has a food thing in a foundation called Live Free Stay Healthy, to where he's catering healthy fast food options. So he's giving you like all the shit all the shit you would normally get at like a place that you would pull up to in the crib, but alternative ingredients and things of that nature that are a little bit better for you than the shit you might get at another place. And he's doing smoothies and juices. And when I tell you business is booming at the crib for him, business is booming at the crib for him. So please go follow Live Free, Stay Healthy. Please go follow Ron Mack. Make sure you get some of that food because he'll also be doing a pop-up shop in Arizona next month, which I'll be around for, and he might be making a move out here. So, he might end up setting up a permanent Live Free, Stay Healthy shop out here. I'm talking him into it and he's biting the bait. So, we'll see what's up. But me and him actually have a side group called 1313. Where it's me and him with bars. So I got some stuff that I'll be releasing soon. Where it's me and him, me on the beats, both of us on bars, doing our thing.
Can't wait to
hear that. It's different when it's family, bro. And my brother was the person that kind of gave me my motivation into doing music, because when I felt like I wasn't doing enough, or when I felt like maybe people wouldn't rock with me because I'm a different dude, my brother always told me, like, man, just, do you, and people will eventually catch up. And he was right. So and we had a group at home by the name of ESA, East Side Affiliates. That was like some of my first times being on stage in front of audiences, performing all around the city and suburbs. Wow. You know what I'm saying? And like, we was really moving and shaking. We had a crazy 5-year run where everything was ESA for a hot minute. So, me and him out of those years, we kept it going and we stayed, dropping shit and releasing music. And now we're working on a project, working on the 1313 project. And we're trying to get the band back together because even though ESA was moving and shaking for a while, we had never did an actual album. Yeah. So I think now it's time, as all of us have matured and have had various life experiences in other states, because my homie Tony Spraggs is in Atlanta right now. My homie Myth 10 is in St. Louis right now. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And then everybody else is at home in the shop. My brother Ron Mack, my homie T Jilla. I'm sorry, my boy Zeke is in Monticello, Indiana. But yeah, like, everybody spread out, and then I'm here in Arizona, so everybody spread out. But we're gonna get this ESA project rocking. If I have to just send beat folders to everybody and say, you got this many days to do this verse. If you don't, you not on the song. That's just how we're gonna rock with it. And it is what it is, man. But yeah, man, shout out to the whole squad. And shout out to my brother Ron Mack. Love you, bro. And yeah, man, definitely.
I normally ask, what was your first smoking memory? But I want to ask you something different. I want to ask you, what was your first performance memory while high? Because that's a different experience. And I know a lot of people, probably wouldn't be able to handle that, because when you get high, you start to think even more. And if you're in the office, you're already in your head. So performing high is a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, man. My experience performing high, honestly, was Arizona Hip Hop Festival 2000 I think that was 18 or 19, one or the other, where it was the Emerald Knights. It was Mega Ran and Bag of Tricks Cat, and they had me as a special guest because most of the stuff that they were performing was the stuff on their album that I produced. And I also rocked my solo joint, which is Evil Eye. That was the first time that anybody heard of it. I rocked it on stage before I released it. So singing on stage and rapping on stage. First of all, in all my years, I had never been in front of a crowd that big, because I don't know if you were there that year, but
I was out in Bisbee at the Side Pony music.
The main stage, it had to be like well over 2,000, 3,000 something people out there in front of that main stage. That's the largest crowd I've ever performed in front of. And and it was so crazy. So just to be up there, it was a big stage too. That main stage was huge. I had never been on no shit like that. So the whole vibe just felt crazy. My bros had kind of put me on the front line and introduced me. And hey, this is G1 to the rescue. Not only is he a talented producer, he's a talented artist, and I got to rock this joint. That was very dear to my heart. That's also part of that playlist, by the way. And yeah, man, it was just crazy. But bro, I hit something right before I hit the stage, because my homies is back there. So we backstage, we walking around, we doing what we do, and yeah, I had to. I don't know if I would have been able to take a 3,000 something seat crowd, and a stage like that without being high. As many times I've been on stage, I would have probably
do you normally, or have you experienced stage fright to a level, or not stage fright, but like anxiety to hop on the stage?
So you know what? Actually, at this point, because the reason why I don't get a lot of anxiety about like performing or entertaining anybody, I have my family to contribute that to a lot, because when my mother found out I could sing, I became like the performer of the family, or one of them. I have cousins that can do really amazing shit too. I got other singers, rappers, movie creators, photographers. I got all type of people in my family. You want anything done, all you got reach to them Faulkners, reach to them McIntyres, like we could do everything. But real shit though, like at a very early age, so from like 7 years old on, when I was really into like the singing shit, they wanted me to perform at like every family function. They want, my mother, even still to this day, I'm 33, and even still to this day, like I'll be at home and she'll have friends over, because it's just her now. My stepfather's gone. So with she'll have friends over, family over, and why don't you sing something or whatever. She just asked me a couple of days ago to send her a video of me singing and playing keys. Mind you, I really can't do that at the same time, but I had a video from when I was in New York, and I was on my little synthesizer, and I was playing the bass line to Redbone. Mm-hmm. And I was singing it, I was while I was fucking around and shit, but it was cool. So I sent her that, and she was happy. But yeah, I coming up like that, and just kind of always having to be on the front line like that. Then as I got older, I looked for opportunities to get on stage and kind of, for lack of a better term, show my ass a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay with that.
Now, if you got a favorite celebrity alive right now that you'd want to smoke with, who would it be?
That's an easy one. The dog father himself, Snoop Dogg. Snoop, number one, because I've Snoop. One of my oldest memories, man, is that Gin and Juice video, and just his whole, when he get on the mic, it's different. There ain't too many people that sound like Snoop, and his whole rhyme scheme, like he's still rapping for the sake of rapping. It's still fun to him, even now at his age, and I love that. But he's just so full of life, man, and I would love to. And Snoop, I don't know if anybody has seen Snoop's recording studio, pictures of it rather, but it's one of the coolest.
I can only imagine that
that his studio is one of the coolest places I've ever seen. I would give anything to sit with him in the lab, burn one, and just play him some hard.
Having like a weed vending machine in this studio. Like you put $5 in, you get a pre-roll that come out.
And that nigga probably got so many endorsements with shit. Like he probably got them up. Like I know Wiz, he pays a cat like $25,000 a month to roll for him, or a week or some shit to roll for him.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
that's wild, man.
Yeah.
It's
like
a job. because
Yeah,
you know how much you spent rolling. Now imagine if you could say
yeah.
that.
Now that I actually know how to roll, which I
Yeah.
definitely, I'm in there and I'm getting it right. But to have somebody on hands is like, hey, do that,
Have these joints roll for me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
that's definitely
That would be the day.
So one person that's dead that you like to smoke with, have a studio session smoking with.
Fuck. Wow, who did I just say? One of my favorite rappers, and everybody might not know him because he's not super popular to like commercial cats. But if you know hip hop, you know the name Fred the Godson. Bar for bar, he's one of my favorite like punchline type rappers. He so dope. He was he's like when he still had the braids. I was listening to dude
Wow.
like
A nice
like Fred.
guy.
Yeah, like Fred is the man, and we unfortunately
Did he pass away? Did he pass away recently or something?
We lost him last year due to COVID, and that fucked me up because I literally, where I normally don't make beat folders for artists and shit like that, I literally was putting together a folder that I was gonna somehow email and pitch him.
Fred the Godson.
And I was like, man, I want him to eat this shit alive. I'm not even gonna give him no concepts. I just want him to eat these beats.
I'm gonna have to listen to him, man. I'm gonna have to check him out.
What? And you know what? He has a great breakup song. He has a song called Monique's Room. Produced by one of my favorite producers from the East Coast, Remo the Hitmaker. Shout out to Remo.
Damn, he got a song with Jadakiss?
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, Fred is well respected amongst like the realest of the real in hip hop. Like
I was gonna say, I noticed that after you said that, like I noticed that because this man, not that many people get to go freestyle on Hot 97.
Oh yeah, he Funk Flex approved. Yes, sir.
Yep.
Oh, Funk Flex loves him. Yes, bro. That man, losing him was like a death blow to hip hop. For anybody that likes hip hop for the sake of hip hop, losing him was like a death blow. I would have loved to have put something in the air for Fred. I definitely had records for dude. I know I had records for dude. I had records for him. Hell, I had records for Pop Smoke. I would have definitely, if he wanted to do the UK drill shit where I normally don't do tight beats and shit like that, bro, I could go there. That's easy. And I'm gonna do it with a whole new wave, but give you that same tempo and make you want to do the same.
A lot of people didn't realize that those were grime beats. You know, a lot of people like, where is this new sound from? I was like, nah, it ain't no new sound. Pop is bringing it over here, but all the artists that I've been listening to in the UK, they've been making beats on grime beats for the longest. My little brother put me on grime beats about 6-7 years ago.
Yeah, shout out to people like Stormzy, who was really moving and shaking out there.
Shout out to Skepta and Stormzy because I gotta get it. I'm getting a song with these dudes. These motherfuckers, I've been listening to a lot of UK artists for the longest because I got tired of the same message and shit that was being portrayed in the music and media out here. You know, and
I like I forgot who's the artist that do the Whoopty record. I like that shit.
That Whoopty. Yeah.
That shit hard.
Production so fucking insane, and that's
crazy. It's the tempos, it's the variety of hi-hats. So like it's not just, and I notice shit like this. It's not just one hi-hat that's just the continuous. It's different tones in the hi-hats. Yeah. And so they're going rapid fire, and they're not giving you the snare on each two. They're giving you the last one on the 4 instead, and they're keeping that groove, and it's just leaving artists a lot of space to go in there and rap and really show their personality and shit like that. I love that. I thought Pop Smoke, really my introduction to Pop Smoke, like Minnie's, was Welcome to the Party. So like when I first heard Welcome to the Party, I was rocking satellite radio in the car when I had my Kia. And like I was like, man, this dude sound like a big nigga You know what I'm saying? And he got like this certain presence about his voice, but then he's over this like this UK drill grime beat. And I'm like, damn, this shit is fire. Like he's killing this shit. I another person I hate that we lost. But yeah, 808 Mellow Beat. Shout out to 808 Mellow. He's from England. He's from England. So obviously, you know, all the pop smoke shit that we love, all the Welcome to the Party and Dior and all that. That's 808 Mellow. He's in New York now, but he's from England. So of course you're gonna get, you know, drill like, you know, UK.
Yeah, that sound because he's bringing it.
That's where he's from. It was just tight that they brought it to the States with a state artist, and that artist made something out of it. It made everybody want to hop on that wave. So that was really cool. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, 808 Mellow, you know, out of the success with him and Pop Smoke, a lot of guys is, you know what I'm saying, reaching out to him for stuff like that. And he came from just the world of doing type beats on the internet and shit. So, you know, shout out to 808 Mellow. Much success. I see you at the top because you're killing it right now, dude.
For sure. And well, this has been a really great talk. I'm glad that we've been able to get this, and we definitely gonna do a follow-up.
Yeah.
In person.
Oh yeah.
With big clouds. Yeah. And I can't wait for y'all to tune into that one, because by that time we for sure will have something in the works. Because as soon as I touch back down in AZ, I'm hitting the ground running, and I'm reaching out to some of the best people, and some of the best people are the people that I know. And
Absolutely.
That's G1 and a few other artists that I won't say their names yet, but just know that I'm working on some shit. I've been working on some shit. I'm gonna get out of my head on releasing the shit so y'all can see the shit that I've worked.
That's one thing I do, and I'm really bad at, because I'm sitting on some heat right now. I have an R&B record that's done called "Change Your Mind" that I have not put out yet. And I was supposed to then put this song out because I'm resting on my laurels to get it mastered, which doesn't even take a lot of money. So I got to do that. And Change Your Mind will be coming out very soon. Plus, these joints with me and my brother will be dropping soon. So I'm kind of in that same boat, like trying to get out of my own head of releasing shit, because I'm thinking about like everything in terms of the whole package and this, that, and the third. But I'm finna just put these songs out, man. They just gonna have to catch up to me. So,
I feel you. I appreciate that.
You rapid fire for me, man. I like doing that type of shit.
Yeah. So the rapid fire, I ask a few questions and just say the first thing that come to your mind. It's kind of like what Snoop was doing.
Inside the Smoke Studio, aka Everyday People, aka Real Nigga Shit. Told you I love Snoop.
So to start it off, you got a message that you want to say to your mom or dad. You get 30 seconds. Go ahead and say it right now.
To my mother, Karen, you're everything. Thank you so much for being there. Thank you for being a present brother. To my biological father, who is still here, man, thank you for having me understand why I'm the way I am. And to my fallen stepfather, Logan, I love you. Thank you for molding me, and thank you for stepping in when there was nobody there.
Okay. You're getting high, and you got two celebrities. One is Tom Cruise, and the other is Oprah Winfrey.
Okay.
Who are you entrusting to roll your blunt?
I'm trusting Tom Cruise to roll my blunt.
You trusting Tom over Oprah?
Mission Impossible.
I'm telling you, I think
I might roll some shit I ain't never seen, man.
All right. So stoner movies.
Okay.
Pineapple Express or Superbad?
Shit, for me, I'm gonna have to say Superbad.
Superbad. Okay.
Me, I'm gonna say Superbad. Honestly, honestly, you didn't even the one that I would realistically say you didn't mention, but I would say my other favorite stoner movie is a movie called Long Shot with Seth Rogen and Charlize Theron.
All right. I'm glad you said that, because that was actually the next question. What is your favorite stoner movie?
It would be a Long Shot with Seth Rogen and Charlize Theron. Of course,
and that's the movie where he was her political writer, right?
She's running for president. He was a political writer. It was somebody we had a crush on from the time they was teenagers. They've known each other before.
For some reason, that reminded me. I don't know if you ever seen this movie, but it's called "She's Out of My League" or "She's Out of Your League."
It did remind me of a different "She's Out of My League"
element.
Hey, absolutely, and I want to say shout out to not only Seth and Charlize, but I got to get a supporting cast some love. O'Shea Jackson Jr., Ice Cube's son, who was in there, great supporting cast member. I loved his role in that as his friend who was running the company and had a little bit of money. We had Boys to Men to perform for the company. That shit was cool. And shout out to Boys to Men for appearing in the movie. They ain't never done nothing like that. Like, Whitey down. I was like, man, like, if you really, what's funny? I just recently found out, and I'm gonna let you get back to the rapid fire questions, but I just recently found out, like, Boys to Men at the end, they some regular Philly niggas that just so happens to sing. When I look at them on their social media and shit, like, they super regular and they funny. I listen to Sean Stockman. He was on Rude Jude in the afternoon, the All House show. Sean Stockman is the taller dude with the lighter voice out of Boys to Men.
Yeah.
He was on Rude Jude talking shit, like cool as hell. I'm like, man, I ain't realized that.
I didn't know you motherfuckers this down to earth.
Hell yeah, they super. So seeing them in that film kind of gave me that. And one last film, Good Boys, which was actually executive produced by Seth Rogen. Good Boys was some of the funniest.
That's with the kids, right?
Yes. Oh man, bro.
That was a hilarious one. I don't know if you ever seen this movie called Role Models.
Yes.
Role Models was fucking hilarious, man. I don't know what happened to that dude. He did have a fall off. Like, he was acting in a whole bunch of movies. Was it Owen Wilson? Right?
Oh yeah, Owen Wilson. Yeah.
I haven't seen him in something in a while.
Just be chilling, man. He might just be sitting back.
Sitting on that bread. I feel you, Owen.
Man, motherfuckers got money. Like, if we don't see motherfucker for a little while, we just gotta assume that they're having a good time doing whatever it is they doing, either resting or
doing their best life.
Exactly, because I guarantee you, like, once I get to a certain point, you might hear some music I've made. You certainly won't see me.
Yeah. Now, what's your favorite Mortal Kombat movie? Actually, don't say the new one because I know you done seen some previews. So don't say the new one
because I've had the pleasure of seeing a previous version of the upcoming film. Y'all in for a treat. We're all in for a treat because I get to see the final product. But y'all in for a treat, man. Like, you wanted Mortal Kombat for Mortal Kombat's sake and all the bloody, gory, real true to life martial arts goodness that comes with it. Oh, you got it. You got exactly what you asked for.
I saw the trailer and I was like, oh fuck.
I think everybody they said it's the most streamed trailer in history. They had over 1 million streams in a matter of 24 hours.
That's crazy. Are you more excited about that or the Zack Snyder's Justice League that comes out in 2 days?
I'm equally excited about both.
Because I'm like 4 hours worth of Justice League, which is what I needed because that first one I felt like it was rushed.
That was the only problem with the Justice League film, in my personal opinion. I just felt like they tried to cram a lot into a really short time span. And for those of us, when it comes to superhero movies, because normally I'm not as boring, but when it comes to superhero movies, story element is always cool and important. So the more of a story you get to tell in this situation is great. So we're getting to see the movie as we were supposed to see it in the first place. Zack Snyder's daughter had unfortunately committed suicide, which is the reason that he left the film to Josh Whedon, who directed The Avengers and Firefly. And everybody has their gripes about Justice League. I didn't have a problem with it, but I did see some cracks in Mr. Perfect, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder, I feel like is going to be able to realize his vision. He's in a different headspace, and he's going to get to do with this movie what he wanted to do in the first place. So I know there was a lot of reshoots that happened and different things like that. So I'm really excited to see what this final product is going to look like in a couple of days.
Yeah. And I think 3 more questions. Then I'm gonna let you get out of here. It's been a really great time sitting and talking with you and discussing all the many things that we've gone over, from cannabis to music to production to your experience in the southeast side of Chicago, and this has been a very telling and intriguing interview, and I can't wait to actually sit back down and watch it again, because I like going back and rewatching and just like screen grabbing a bunch of clips and stuff to post on social media.
Yeah, I do the same. I do the same thing with our podcast. Shout out to the Matt Mania podcast crew, which is myself, Mega Ran, T Call, Rock Knowledge, and Neo X. We stream every Thursday, and then by the end of the week, we're on all of your major streaming platforms for the recording. So
now, what time do you all stream so the people can come in this next week?
We stream just after 8:00 Mountain Standard Time.
Okay.
So just after 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, you can join us on our Matt Mania Facebook page, Matt Mania Podcast. You can join us on twitch.tv/Mega Ran. So you join us at his page. You can join us at my Twitch, twitch.com/G1totherescue. You can join us on YouTube on Mega Ran's YouTube page. We stream everywhere. We stream to about 8 different places on Thursdays. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. Wrestling, hip hop, and everything in between. We are the Southwest Authority on all 3.
Nice. Next show. Do you have any idea? When would be your next show or performance?
Oh, as far as me performing, I have no performances lined up at the moment. Everything right now is just working on music. Me and Whit Tucker, who's an artist here in Arizona, we've been in a crazy bag lately. I got quite a bit of his album that'll be dropping, so he's gonna be dropping some new stuff soon. And we're also putting out an album called Kids Don't Understand, so we're doing a duo album. Myself, Mega Ran, and T Call. We'll be doing 3&B this year, so that's gonna be really dope. That'll be the 3 of us on all new joints produced by me. I'm releasing a compilation project called the Quint Mallory album. That's gonna be various artists on all new records produced by me. I'd probably prefer you be on there as well.
I'd really appreciate it.
Absolutely. I have a R&B EP I'm dropping called Candor, in which Change Your Mind will be the first single. It's just gonna be a little 5-song joint I'm gonna throw out there because I like a lot of the newer R&B shit. So I just wanted to do a project and just to vibe out, man, a little bit and have a little fun. Yeah, man, that is in Cadillac Rome. Shout out to Cadillac Rome. I got a single out with him right now called A Real One. I'm sorry, A Real One. Single and video are out right now. So look up Cadillac Rome, and A Real One is part of the G1 and Friends playlist on Spotify.
Now is that RONE? Cadillac Rome?
RHONE.
R8.
RH as in home, ONE.
Okay, RH.
Yep. Cadillac Rome, A Real One, produced by me, and that is the first official single from his upcoming album, which is called I Ain't Tight, the album, which is produced entirely by me. He actually has a video on YouTube, which is the intro to his album, which I also produced. So go check that out as well.
And Cadillac. You said he's from.
He's here in Arizona. Yeah.
Okay. I definitely just subscribed to his YouTube channel, and I'm going to check out these tracks and stuff. I always like getting recommendations, especially from artists and people that have similar taste or like creative thoughts as I do, because they like to think outside of the box, and look at stuff differently.
Absolutely.
And having something different is always a good thing. Different and good is always a good thing.
Also pick up me and T Call's project from Bandcamp. It's called 36. That's That was a project that we did celebrating T Call's 36th birthday. He dropped that on his birthday. So all tracks produced by me, guest appearances by Mega Ran. There's a guest appearance by myself on there and a few others.
Nice. I see it's a 7-track project on Bandcamp. So make sure y'all go and get that.
Especially go get it on Bandcamp Fridays, because if you buy it on Friday, 100% of them proceeds go directly to us. So Bandcamp Fridays.
Cop that shit Friday, y'all.
Please copy Friday if you can.
Cop that shit Friday. Make sure y'all supporting all independent artists. Like we go and we support and stream all these artists that sign to the labels. No, nothing taken away from them.
Right.
But most of that money go to the labels. Support the independent artists that's out here struggling. Support your cousin. Support your uncle. Support your nephew. Support your brother.
Hey, go listen to that Torre Masters WWE winning wars every day. Go listen to that project.
Go listen to Torre Masters.
Yep.
From the south side of Phoenix.
Yes, sir. Go check out Torre.
I gotta interview him as well.
That's bro.
I got a list of people that I gotta bring out here, and I started because I want to do a lot of these interviews in person, so we can have smoke sessions. We can have it at different locations around the valley. Eventually, we're gonna have it live to where we got crowds in there, and we inviting people, and they getting to ask questions from the crowd. It's a lot of shit that's getting worked on. Just stay patient, have faith.
Hey, fill me in. I'm ready when you are. Fill me in.
Hey, for real, we about to make some shit happen, and I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you coming on here, getting to chat with me, sharing the knowledge, and everything, and believing in the vision. I really do.
Cannabis and coffee, two of my favorite things. Absolutely.
Can't thank you enough. So everybody that's listening and watching, shout out. Make sure you go follow Mr. G1, Brennan, G1 to the rescue, and producer, rapper, singer, songwriter, and much more. The last one, I wanted to give you a 30-second window for you to shout out anybody that you might have forgotten, and also plug anything that you might have forgotten to plug.
Yes, sir. So again, Matt Mania podcast. We're on your Spotify and Apple podcast every week, and we stream on Twitch every Thursday night after 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So please listen to us if you're a wrestling fan. Also, again, we got Cadillac Rome. Go check his stuff out that I did. Mega Ran has 2 freestyles from his Freestyle Fridays that he's been doing recently that are produced by me. So please go check those out as well. I think week 2 and week 3 were produced by me. So go check those out. Last but not least, again, me and T Call 36, go get that. I have my, I do my own stream to where I do the G1 show on Twitch to where I'll make beats live on Twitch, and I'll occasionally game also. Just the other day I was playing Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, so I do that from time to time. So check me out on Twitch. Also,
and his beat sessions are dope. I love sitting there and just smoking. I'll be on the other side of the Instagram just smoking and freestyling. But what's dope? Sorry to cut you off. Instagram got rooms now. So live with multiple people. So that's something that I'm gonna have to look into.
Times
you can fucking around and have like a legit, especially if everybody got their mic set up, you can have a legit session, a vibe session.
Damn near, really. Just to be completely honest, like that's the cool part of it. So I'm looking forward to cracking that bottle open and seeing what they do. And also what a lot of people don't know about Twitter, which I'm actually about to do this soon. Twitter does something very similar to Clubhouse, to where you can have rooms over there and everybody's speaking vocally.
I just peeped that recently as well.
Actually I'm gonna do fan rooms on Twitter. So one day I'm gonna do a room specifically for Ranger fans. One day I'm gonna do a room specifically for Stargate SG1 fans. One day I'm gonna do a room specifically for Beast Wars Transformers fans. We're gonna have we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have some real fun.
Well, it's definitely been a great time, man. Like I said, I appreciate you coming on to the show, chopping it up. Can't wait for us to meet again in person and have this smoke session and get to work on some music. I'll see you soon, man. Everybody at home for watching, thank you. This is has definitely been the longest episode and probably the most informative episode.
Oh, man.
Especially for those of you who looking for places to eat or go get some flour, you know. We definitely dropped a few shameless plugs, and for those companies, I'll be coming to get the check afterwards. All right, love y'all, man. Thanks for tuning in to Cannabis and Coffee. I am out. G1, you want to give yourself a sign out, and see y'all next time, folks.
Let's